Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Gulfstream Park here on Saturday. It's Florida Derby Day. It's the 2nd of April 2022. We're going to look at all the stakes races on the program, including the Florida Derby. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean around the world. The Florida Derby Day is always one of my favorite races of the year, of the spring in general, because it's just you have some great stakes races. Florida Derby is always a good indicator for the Derby in general, and it's just a good day of racing. We have 10 races on the program from Gulfstream. Races 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Do I have to repeat that? No, you have to rewind it if you want to get all those races again, or just look in the description box. But we have a lot of races to get to. Let's get to it, starting with the third race from Gulfstream, the first stakes race of the afternoon. It is the Orchid Stakes. It's a grade 3 event going for a purse of $150,000, race for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 7 horses heading to the Gulfstream Park turf course. The distance of ground here of 2,400 meters, or the distance of ground of 1.5 miles on the Gulfstream Park turf course. 2,400 meters, 1.5 miles. The rails are at 0 feet, so it's the inner portion of the 120 foot wide turf course. 2,400 meters, 1.5 miles, and I show the diagram. It just gives me a second to look down my notes. Just bear with me. Sorry, I'm stupid. I can't do two things at the same time. My top selection, I'm going to go with the number 6 horse here. Beautiful Lover will go 6-3-7-2 in the superfecta. 6-3-7-2 super. Top selection 6 horse. Beautiful Lover. 6-year-old mare by Arch. Christophe Command trains. Joel Rosario gets the mount. 3-1 here. His most recent outing, or her most recent outing, came in the very one stakes here at Gulfstream. About 1.3 miles on the lawn on the 5th of March. And the horse finished 4th by 4 3/4 lengths there. Was just drawn a little bit too wide, and was with him early on. Couldn't quick enough to the best advantage that day. Just wasn't her day to win. Going to a 1.5 miles where this horse could stalk today, I think this horse could really run a good race, and I think the 1.5 miles is a lot better trip for her than the 1.3 miles. It's just a little bit too short. She's drawn very well, and I think she's sitting on a lot better run than she did last time out. 2 back on the 29th of January here at Gulfstream, about 1.5 miles on the lawn in the La Proviante. She won by a neck that day, and she stalked all the way around the racetrack. When she got the lead, she quickened up nicely. It was only a small margin victory, but she got the job done nicely. And then prior to that, New Year's Eve at Gulfstream, about 1.3 miles in the Via Borghese Stakes on the turf course. She finished 3rd by 3 lengths. She was really closing up well, but always shopping really likes this turf course and really ran a good race to win. When they started taking this horse to longer trips, she's really been getting a lot better. Come to South Florida, Christophe Command knows how to win this race. He's won this race many times in the past. At 6-1, at 3-1, let's use her. Don't throw out the 3 horse here. Scarbea, this 4 by American Pharaoh. Jose Ortiz gets on this one. This horse, first time stakes quite a horse in the La Paviante 2 months ago. This horse ran a decent 4th place finish, really closing up well. Nothing bad about their race beyond Beautiful Lover. And then before that, a main special weight on the Tapeta here at Gulfstream, going about 1.3 miles. This horse won by 3/4 length, really closing up well. If there's a closer that's going to win, it wouldn't surprise me if this horse gets the job done. At 8-1, a definite horse to use in the early pick 4. But to recap my selection for the third from Gulfstream, it is the Orchid Stakes, the grade 3 Orchid Stakes. We're going to take the 6 horse Beautiful Lover as a top selection. We'll give kudos to the 3 horse Scarbea, 6-3-7-2 super. Let's go 6-3 in the multi race. Let's get to race number 5 from Gulfstream. The 5th race from Gulfstream, it is the Cutler Bay Stakes. It's going for a purse of $100,000, race for 3-year-olds here. We have a field of 8 horses heading to the lawn. The distance of ground is 1,700 meters, or the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16 on the Gulfstream Park turf course. 1,700 meters, 1.16 miles in the Cutler Bay. The portable rails are up for this race at 55 feet, so it's the outer portion of the turf course. My top selection here, we're going to go take the number 8 horse Red Danger. Will go 8-2-5-7 in the superfecta. 8-2-5-7 super. Top selection 8 horse Red Danger. 3-year-old colt by Orb. Brian Lynch trains this one. Luis Saez gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 5th of March here at Gulfstream, about 1 mile on the Palm Beach Stakes, and the horse finished 4th by 1 3/4 lengths. The horse sat back early from a very wide poster, which I think cost the horse that day. Was just very wide around the turns. Was really closing up well, but just needs something late. Coinage was really game to get the victory that day. But this horse, he's going to have to overcome a wide poster, but I think today, with a little bit longer run to the first term, it should set him well. I think the horse could really win a good race. Two back, the horse ran the Kitten's Joy at Gulfstream, mile 16th on the lawn on the 5th of February. The horse finished 5th by 4.5 lengths and was very wide throughout and just never really got going. Was very lackadaisical. First off, a little bit refreshing. I do think the horse needed the race there. And then prior to that, the 3rd of December at Gulfstream, about 7.5 furlongs on the turf in the pulpit. The horse won by head, closing up from mid-pack that day. Even with Leparoo losing the whip, this horse still got the job done very nicely. And before that, in the street sense of Churchill, taking the horse to the dirt going a mile 16th, I thought the horse ran a very good place behind Howling Time. A little bit wide, but really ran decently in the on the dirt there against those listed quality horses. And then if you look at the race before that, Asturial, the horse wasn't running bad at all. Coming to turf today at 5-2, I like him a lot. The 2-horse Smoke and Tea is your second likeliest winner. Most recently won on the Tapeta on the wire-to-wire faction on the 20th of February, going a mile 16th, and just had a very easy victory. Before then, the Diana Beach on New Year's Day, the horse finished 5th by 2 lengths and just really was lackadaisical that day. First start in South Florida, I do think the horse needed the run, but coming back here, back to turf, off some decent easy races at 7-2. If the speed's going to win, I think this is your likely speed horse to use. Definite horse using the pick 4. But to recount my selection for the 5th from Gulfstream, it's the Cutler Bay. Let's take the 8-horse Red Danger. Give kudos to the 2-horse Smoke and Tea. 8-2, 5-7 Super. Let's go 8-2 in the multi race to the 6th event. The 6th race from Gulfstream, it is the Ghostzapper Stakes. It's a grade 3 event going for a purse of $100,000. Races for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 7 horses taking a stroll around the Gulfstream Park main dirt track, which is 1,800 meters in circumference, or the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/8 on the Gulfstream Park main track. 1,800 meters, a mile 1/8 here in the Ghostzapper. My top selection here, we're going to go with the number 2 horse Laughing Boy. We'll go 2-6-7-4 in the superfecta. 2-6-7-4 super. Top selection of 2 horse Laughing Boy. 4-year-old colt by Distorted Humor. Kenneth McPeak trains this one. Julian Leparoo gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came 25th of November, my birthday actually, Churchill. Sloppy Seal going, mile 16th, an optional 100 claimer. And the horse finished second by a half length. From Y poster, this horse basically set the pace until the top of the lane, but really just couldn't quicken up away. After a tough fall campaign, this horse just was a little bit done that day. Never could get the job done. Maybe blame the wet track, I don't know. Coming here today with a lot better workout patterns, gearing up for this race, looks like the main speed. I think the speed in this race could really go a long way into the favor of this horse's hands. 2 back, the horse ran the 29th of October at Keeneland. Mile 3/16 on the dirt in a allowance race 86,000, and the horse went by 2 1/4 lengths. And even from Y poster, this horse basically stalked all the way around the race course. When he got the lead, he kept up and kept going. An all-around great run for this horse, earning an 88 buyer there. And then prior to that, Churchill on the 2nd of October, going a mile 1/8 in an allowance race 129,000. The horse finished 4th by 3 lengths. Was with him early on, but then just kind of hit the wall. Happy American really closed up for nowhere to get the job done nicely. This horse just needed a little bit better run. And then before that, Churchill, mile 16th in main special weight, 115,000. 2 weeks prior, the horse won by 5 lengths, and on the front and all throughout, this horse ran a very good race. The horse has been, was running in the fall very quick races back to back to back. In a matter of basically a month and a half, he had 3 races, which is a race every 2 weeks or so. That's kind of crazy for this horse. But coming here today at 8-1, main speed in the race from the inside at 8-1, we're definitely going to use him here on the ticket. You also have to use, I think, the number 6 horse, Greatest Honor. If the speed's going to break down late, I think Greatest Honor has the job. 4-year-old colt by Tappet, Sugar McGahee trains. Jose Ortiz gets the mount. Most recently, first start off the nearly year of freshening in the Challenger at Tampa, going a mile 16th. The horse finished 6th by 5 lengths and really just couldn't quicken up. He sat a little closer than he normally did. He just needed a better trip that day. And also, first off the bench, you expect him to be a little bit flat. 2 back in the Florida Derby of 2021 here at Gulfstream. He finished 3rd by 5 3/4 lengths. He moved a little bit late, but it wasn't anything spectacular. And then before that, he won the Fountain of Youth, really closing up well, and won the Holy Bull before that on this track, really closing up well. Both those trips, he had Y posters, going a mile 16th at Gulfstream. Y posters and deep closures are not ideal on dirt, but this horse went against the bias. But training well at 3-1, we'll definitely use him in the multi-race wager. I believe there's a pick 3 that begins with the previous race. We're going to go too deep with this one. But to recount my selection for the 6 from Gulfstream, it is the grade 3 Ghostzapper. Let's take the 2-horse Laughing Boy. Give kudos to the 6-horse Greatest Honor. 2-6-7-4 Super. Let's go 2-6 in the multi-race to the 7th. The 7th race from Gulfstream, it is the Sand Spring Stakes. It's a listed stakes going for a purse of $100,000. Races for fillies, mares, 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 8 horses going to the main track, or excuse me, the turf course. The distance of ground here is 1,700 meters, or the distance of ground of a mile 16th on the Gulfstream Park turf course. 1,700 meters, a mile 16th here in the Sand Springs. The portable rails are set at 0 feet, so it's the inner portion of the turf course. My top selection, we're going to go with the number 5 horse here, who is Stunning Princess. We'll go 5-4-3-1 in the superfecta. 5-4-3-1 super. Top selection of 5 horse Stunning Princess. 4-year filly by Cairo Prince. Danny Gargan trains this one. Already Teach Jr. gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 5th of February at Tampa Mile 16th in the Endeavor Stakes, and the horse finished 3rd by 2 1/4 lengths. Off a little bit of a refreshing that day. This horse just kind of stalked all the way around the race course. A little trouble tripping the lane, but just could never go there. It wasn't her day to win. Coming here with a better pace in front of her. Almost said gooder. A better pace in front of her. Training well back to the home base. I think this horse could really improve off that last run. 2 back in the Tropical Oaks here at Gulfstream, mile 16th on the 26th of December. The horse finished 2nd by a half length. Sat back early, stupidly wide, but was gaining late. I didn't think it was a half bad race after all said and done. And then 3rd December here at Gulfstream, about a mile on the lawn, opposite 25. The horse went by 3/4 length, and off the long refreshing, the horse basically sat back early and really closed up well to get the victory. Wasn't 100% cranked that day, but it was still a very good run. 3 for 2 on this turf course. So likes running here. It should get a good trip. Gets IRAD up. The class buyers go up with these horses at 3-1. Let's use her. I think the 4-horse Crystal Cliffs is your second likeliest winner. Tyler Gaffleone gets on this one for Grand Motion. Hasn't been seen since the Eatontown at Monmouth, going mile 16th in June the 20th to be exact, where the horse finished 3rd by 3 3/4 lengths. Drawn a little bit wide that day, closed up a little bit late, but it wasn't anything spectacular. And then before then, the Dahlia at Pimlico going mile 16th last April. The horse finished 2nd by nose, closed up from nowhere, had the lead, and then got caught late, but still ran her hard out. Nothing bad about that race. And then the regret of 2020 at Churchill going mile 8. The horse finished 2nd by ahead, and again just couldn't get there late, but she ran a great race behind Harvey's Little Goyle. But coming here today at 9-2, another very likely winner. Definitely using this pick 3 to end it off. Pick 4 begins with this race also, so if you want to go too deep, you definitely can in that middle pick 4. But to recount my selection for the 7th from Gulfstream, it is the Sand Springs. Let's take the 5-horse Stunning Princess. Give kudos to the 4-horse Crystal Cliffs. 5-4-3-1 super. Let's go 5-4 in the multi-race to the 9th race from Gulfstream. The 9th race from Gulfstream, it is the Pan American Stakes. It's grade 2 event going for a purse of $200,000, race for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 7 horses going to the turf course, the distance of ground here of 2,400 meters, or the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/2 on the Gulfstream Park turf course. 2,400 meters, a mile and a half here in the Pan American. My top selection, I'm going to go take the number 3 horse Gufo. We'll go 3-6-4-5 in the superfecta. 3-6-4-5 super. Top selection of 3 horse Gufo. 5-year-old horse by declaration of war. Christophe Clement trains this one. Joel Rosario gets him out. Blinkers off today. The horse's most recent outing came the Brews Cup turf at Del Mar, a mile and a half on the 6th of November, and the horse finished 10th by 10 legs that day. He sat back early, had a little bit of a trouble trip. He could really never get the good turn of foot. Also, he's facing some very tough horses, and it just wasn't his day to win. Starting off fresh, lesser quality horses in South Florida. Back to Gulfstream, he's run very well in the past. I think he's in a better spot to win. 2 back, he ran in the Turf Classic, the Joe Hurst Turf Classic at Belmont, a mile and a half on the Widener the 9th of October. And the horse finished 3rd by 2.5 lengths. He sat back early, had the lead, and then he got caught by Rock Emperor, who just outgamed this horse late in Serve of the King. He ran his heart out. He just couldn't keep up. It just wasn't his day to win. But before that, his summer campaign was pretty nicely done. And the Sword Dancer at Saratoga going a mile and a half on the inner the 20th of August. He won by a neck. He sat back early, got the lead, and held on, Japan, who was really fighting down to him late. An all-around game victory. His best race earning 104 by her. And then before then, the Grand Coutier At Belmont, a mile and a half on the wider, the 5th of July. The horse won by a length, sitting back at the back of the pack, really closed up well behind Tide of the Sea, and he got the job done. Even before then, the Manhattan going mile and a quarter at Gulfstream at Belmont. He finished third by 4 lengths. That inner turf course at Belmont does not play towards closers, but he was closing up from nowhere. I thought he ran a great race that day on a turf course that doesn't play towards closers and a distance this horse probably didn't really appreciate, but nothing bad about that race. And then before then, the Manowar over the mile 3/8 at Belmont. The horse finished second by a nose, really, again, stupidly wide, but was really gaining late. He's a great horse. He's always been running these great buyers. A 9-5, a very likely winner here. It wouldn't surprise me also if the 6-horse Temple wins. Mike Maker trains one. Most recently won the McDermott up from a stalling position very nicely on this turf course, and then nearly won the McKnight handicap before that here at Gulfstream in January, where he really closed up well behind Avon. Another horse, since taking him to the longer trip, he's really run these better races. In this race last year, he really never showed anything from the inside posture, but he likes to be a little bit wide. He's going to get a wide trip today, and at 5-2, it wouldn't surprise me if he gets the job done. And the 4-horse Tide of the Sea, we're going to use him in this pick 6 here that begins with this race as your little bit of wise guy horse. If you see the Tide of the Sea that showed up in early 2021, he's going to win this race. He should get a good trip from the inside post draw, but his form really has fallen off. He's fallen off form since the Laurel Turf Cup in October. After that, he's really run these head scratcher races, but then he'll run these head scratchers and then run these terrific races like he ran that Grand Couture behind Gufo, or that fourth like he did in the Kentucky Downs preview stakes, go in the mile and a quarter at Ellis. A 20-1, we'll use in the multis, but I do think the other two are a lot classier and better horses. But like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if he runs that weird race like he does every so often. But to recap my selection for the ninth from Gulfstream, it is the Grade 2 Pan American. Let's take the 3-horse Gufo. We'll give kudos to the 6-horse Temple and the 4-horse Tide of the Sea. 3, 6, 4, 5 Super. 3, 6, 4 in the multi race to the 10th. The 10th race from Gulfstream, it is the Sir Shackleton Stakes. It's going for a purse of $100,000, raced for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 9 horses heading to the main track. The distance of ground of 1,400 meters, the distance of ground of 7 furlongs on the Gulfstream Park main track. 1,400 meters, 7 furlongs here in the Sir Shackleton. My top selection, we're going to go take the number 1 horse, Fortin Hill. We'll go 1946 in the superfecta. 1946 super. Top selection, 1 horse, Fortin Hill. 6-year-old horse by Mucho Macho Man. Belmont trains. Jose Ortiz gets the mount. The horse's first start in a year and a half came the 4th March here at Gulfstream, 6 furlongs and off 6-2 claimer, and the horse finished second by length behind Quick Tempo that day. This horse sat back early, a little bit wide, but was really gaining ground. For his first start off the bench, earning a 91 buyer, I didn't think it was a half bad race. Second off the bench off a year and a half layoff with going to 7, which I think this horse really wants. I think this horse could really run a good race. 2 back, the horse ran the 29th of August, Saratoga, in the absolute slop, 7 furlongs in the Grade 1 Forgo. The horse finished 10th by 11.5 lengths behind Win. Broke on top from a little bit wide posture, was with that wicked pace battle early on, but then he just completely crumbled. The closers really ran these good races, closing up well like Win in Complexity. He went on to win next start out. This horse just couldn't keep up with those horses. That was one of the most exciting races of the summer of 2020 at Saratoga. Dare I say, going back to the summer of 2020, it was a very crap time for a lot of us. But looking back on it, sometimes, some of the times in that summer were, it just make you smile. That Travers Day, or was supposed to be Travers Day, the Forgo Day at Saratoga, or that whole meet at Saratoga in general, I thought it was very exciting, and it was just something different and very exciting watching from home. But that was a very exciting Forgo. Before that, the horse ran the 4th of July at Belmont, 7 furlongs off 6-2. That Belmont fall meet, spring meet in 2021 summer meet was also, 2020 was also a very exciting meet. We'll get to that a little bit later, but or another video. But the horse went by 1 3/4 lengths, going 7/8 there in 2020, basically from a tracking position. I thought this horse won very nicely, and then plays before that 2 years ago, going 6 furlongs at Gulfstream, training well. Like I said, second off the bench. He's a very loaded horse. At 5-2, we definitely have to use him. If there's going to be a bit of an upset, the 9-horse Collaborate kid, I think, he get the job done. done. Most recently in the Gulfstream Park Mile, this horse was just wide and just didn't show up. Lesser quality horses going to see a good pace. If there's going to be a horse come from behind, I think it could be him. We'll definitely use him in the multis, but I do think Fortin Hill is your very, very likely winner. But to recap my selection for the 10th from Gulfstream, it is the Sir Shackleton. Let's take the 1 horse Fortin Hill. Give kudos to the 9 horse Collaborate. 1946 Super. 1-9 in your multi race to the 11th. The 11th race from Gulfstream, it is the Sanibel Island Stakes. It's going for a purse of $100,000. Races for 3-year-old fillies here. We have a field of 10 horses going to the lawn. The distance of ground is 1,700 meters, or the distance of ground of mile 16th on the Gulfstream Park turf course. 1,700 meters, a mile 1/16th here in the Sanibel Island. My top selection, we're going to go take here at the number 9 horse, my filly Twirl. We'll go 9-1-8-6 in the superfecta. 9-1-8-6 super. Top selection 9 horse, my filly Twirl. 3-year-old filly by Hardspun. Brendan Walsh trains. Julian Leperoux gets the mount. The horse is most raced out and came in mid-February here at Gulfstream. The 16th to be exact. About a mile 16th in the in op 75 claimer. And the horse went by 3/4 length, and it was a very easy race for this horse. Basically stalked all the way around the race course. When this horse got show the whip, she kept going, and all around easy victory, earning a 75 buyer. Basically a paid workout. Coming here to winners from a tracking position again, or from a very close position, I think the horse who can really improve off that easy race. 2 back, the horse ran in mid-January, 19th to be exact there, about a mile on the turf course and main special weight 53,000, and the horse went by 2 1/4 lengths and set, some easy fractions, quickened up nicely, and got the win going away. A very, very good race for her. And then the debut on Boxing Day at Gulfstream, about a mile 16th on the turf course and main special weight 53,000. The horse finished 5th by 4 3/4 lengths, was just a little bit wide throughout and really couldn't get there. A little lackadaisical at times. I do think the horse had need the race for the experience, but keep in mind the winner and the 3rd place finisher and the 5th place finisher, this horse all went stood out, so it was a very good race out of the form. But training well, 92, we definitely have to use this horse along with the rail horse, the 1 horse Mischievous Kiss. Most recently in the Here Comes the Bride, going about a mile on the 5th of March. The horse finished 3rd by 3 lengths there, and just really was lackadaisical in that final quarter. Just couldn't get there. Before then, Tampa Aqueduct going a mile 16th. The horse finished 3rd by a length. Again, a little bit wide, just could never get going. But if she could run a race like the Chelsea Flower, she could definitely win, where she really was on track coming from mid-pack. At 2-1, let's use this horse in the multi-race. And I think the 8 horse, and Batus, coming off a little bit of a disappointing race at Tampa a few weeks ago, but, coming back to the turf course, or to the course where this horse likes running, it wouldn't surprise me if she gets some redemption for that last run where she just was a little bit flat. But to recap my selection for the 11th from Gulfstream, it's the Sanibel Island. Let's take the 9 horse, my filly Twirl, as a top selection. Give kudos to the 1 horse Mischievous Kiss and the 8 horse Amtusi. 9-1-8-6 super. 9-1-8 in the multi-race to the 12th. The 12th race from Gulfstream, it is the Gulfstream Park Oaks. It's a grade 2 event going for a purse of $250,000. Race for 3-year-old fillies. We have 7 of them going to the Gulfstream Park main track. The distance of ground is 1,700 meters, or the distance of ground of a mile 1/16th on the Gulfstream Park main track. 1,700 meters, a mile 16th here in the Gulfstream Park Oaks, formerly known as the Bonnie Miss years and years ago. But my top selection here in the Bonnie Miss, I'm going to go with the number 2 horse, Kachi. I'm going to, yes, Kachi. We'll go 2-7-5-4 in the superfecta, 2-7-5-4 super. Top selection 2 horse, Kachi. 3 flip by Arrogate. Jonathan Thomas trains. Irad Teese Jr. gets the mount. The horse is also cross-entered for the Bourbonnais Oaks at Turfway. I'm hoping the horse runs here, because I think this horse is in a better spot locally. But Irad gets the mount. Most recently ran the 6th of March at Gulfstream. About a mile 16th on Tapete and main special weight 53,000. It took this horse 5 times to break the main, but she finally did it in fashion, winning by 6 lengths, basically setting her own way on the front end. After not the best beginnings, she just won for fun late, and all around good race. Coming here today with a very good low post draw where speed holds up going a mile 16th, I think this horse could really run a good race. Two back at Gulfstream on the dirt, 7 furlongs main space weight 53,000. The horse finished second by length. She sat back early, a little bit wide, but was really closing up well late. Nothing bad about that race. And then the 9th of January at Gulfstream going a mile and a main special weight 53,000. The horse finished third by 6 1/4 lengths. Didn't break that well, and was with them early on, but then just kind of hit the wall late. Do think the horse needed the race. It was a quick turnaround from the race in Kentucky where it was very cold in December, so maybe he just wasn't acclimatized there. Before that, mid-December at Turfway in Kentucky, mile 16th on Tapeta and main special weight 62,000. The horse finished 8th by 20 lengths. Horrible beginning. Lost all chances there and just really couldn't get redemption as a very heavy favorite. If you take that race out, she's run very well, but she's going to have to break today. She's going to have to be forwardly paced, and I think her speed could hold up at 6-1. We'll use her to blow up this ticket. But you can't throw the 7-horse Kathleen O. Show McGahee trains. Javier Castellano gets the mount on this trio colt by Upstart. The horse's most recent outing in the Devona Dale on the 5th of March going a mile. The horse won by 2 lengths coming from the back of the pack. I thought this horse ran a very good race. And then prior to the cash run, she won by 8.5. After not the best beginnings, this horse again really won quite nicely. She doesn't break always so clearly, but she's a deep closer. She should get a good trip here with the small field. But you have to be careful if they're going to walk a dog like Catchy on the front end. That might be against her, but at 4-5, if she runs a quarter like the Devona Dale, she could still win this race. But, like I said, I think Catchy has everything her own way with a better post run, some a little bit more forwardly pace. But, like I said, also Kathleen O can run a good race. But to recap my selection for the 12th from Gulfstream, it's the Gulfstream Park Oats. Let's take the 2-horse Gotchi. We'll give kudos to the 7-horse Kathleen O. 2-7-5-4 Super. 2-7 in the multi-race to the 13th. The 13th race from Gulfstream, it is the Appleton Stakes. It's a grade 3 event going for a purse of $100,000, race for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 9 horses going to the Gulfstream Park turf course, the distance of ground of 1,600 meters, or the distance of ground of 1 mile on the Gulfstream Park turf course. 1,600 meters, 1 mile in the Appleton. My top selection here, we're going to go take the number 6 horse, who is Safe Conduct. We'll go 6-8-2-7 in the superfecta. 6-8-2-7 super. Top selection 6 horse Safe Conduct. 4-year-old colt by Bodemeister. Philip Serpy trains 1. Paco Lopez gets the leg up. The horse's most recent outing came on the 5th of March at Gulfstream. Battle Mile 3/8 on the turf course in McDermott. And the horse finished 11th by 3rd, 2.5 lengths. Was with them early on, but then just completely crumbled. Going Mile 3/8 off the bench against a very tough horse is just never showed up. Cutting back to a mile trip where this horse doesn't need to leave from a tracking position with a very good post drop, I think the horse should get redemption from the last race, and I think 15-1 is a great price on him. 2 back in the Tropical Park Derby at Gulfstream, about a mile 16th on the 26th of December. The horse finished 3rd by 6 1/4 lengths. Never surprised, really ran a good race that day, but this horse kind of stalked all the way around the race course. Couldn't get there late, but still ran a hard out. And then before then, the Gioponti at Aqueduct going a mile 16th on the inner. The horse finished 2nd by 6.5 lengths. Just kind of tracked and could never quicken up. The late November turf courses and early December turf courses at Aqueduct can play weird at times. And, with speed, there could be biases at time. That could have been a biased turf course where the speed held up. And then before that, the horse ran at Woodbine a mile and a half on the E.P. Taylor turf course in the Breeders' Stakes. The horse finished 8th by 14 3/4 lengths, setting the pace, but then completely tired. Just not a mile and a half horse. Mile and a quarter is where the horse's limit, basically. Before then, the Queen's Plate at Woodbine going a mile and a quarter. The horse went by head, basically on the front end almost all throughout. It was driving late, but just nearly held on. I thought it was a good race for this horse there, earning an 88 buyer. And then before that, at Belmont, a mile and a quarter in the Belmont Derby. Finished 8th by 6 1/4 lengths and just couldn't really quick enough from a rating position. But coming here to a mile, back to Gulfstream with this horse running very well in the past at a routing trip. I think that's what the horse wants to do. Been training very, 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 very well on the Tapeta. Like I said, 15-1, I love the price. Your second likeliest winner, I think, is the 8-horse Carpenter's Call, 4-year colt by Tourist. Gerald Bennett trains. Tyler Gaffleone gets the mount. Most recently at Tampa in late February, going a mile 16th and opposite 32. The horse went by a neck, and on the front and all throughout, this horse just kept going. Even with the horse a little game early on, this horse just today and really pulling. This horse just kept going. A very, very good race for this horse there. Before that, at Tampa, going allowance race 25,000 over the mile 16th, winning by 2 from a tracking position. This horse again won easily, and then before that at Tampa, mile 16th main special weight in mid-December, winning by 3.5 lengths at 12.5 to 1. This horse really just put on a show. Since coming to the green stuff, this horse has really improved. Has been training well in the dirt at Tampa. At 10 to 1, definitely using your multi-race. He's on the up and up here. And also, don't throw out the 2-horse Scarlet Sky for Sugar McGahee. You know, it was a deep closer, and his last few races, he's had a little bit of a trouble trip and steadied early on. If he breaks well today, watch out for him. Could definitely do good in this race at 6 to 1. This is probably one of the most wide open races in the late pick 4 and the pick 6 sequence, so you want to go a little deep in this one. But to recount my selection for 13th from Gulfstream, it is the grade 3 Appleton. Going to take the 6-horse Safe Conduct. We'll give kudos to the 8-horse Carpenter's Call and the 2-horse Scarlet Sky. 6827 Super. 682 in the multi-race. Let's get to the nightcap, the featured 14th race from GP. The nightcap, the 14th race from Gulfstream, it is the Florida Derby. It's a grade 1 event going for a purse of $1 million. This race is for 3-year-olds here. We have a field of 11 horses taking a stroll around the Gulfstream Park main track, which is 1,800 meters in circumference, or 1 lap around, which is 1 mile and 1/8 on the Gulfstream Park main track. 1,800 meters, 1 mile and 1/8 here in the Florida Derby. And like I said earlier, the Florida Derby is always one of my favorite races of the year, and this year it's going to be just a little bit extra special. It's going to be the final Florida Derby in this house for me, in the late spring, early summer, June, July, somewhere around there. I'm going to be moving out, and, I saw some great Florida Derbies in the South, so hopefully going out with a bang with a good one again this year. But my top selection, I'm going to go with the 6-horse Charge It. We'll go 6-2, 7-3 in the superfecta. 6273 Super. Top selection 6-horse Charge It. 3-year-old Colt by Tappet. Top electric trains. Luis Diaz gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 12th of February here at Gulfstream. 1 mile in the main special weight, 53,000. And in the horse's second start, basically drawn in the parking lot, post 10 of 10, this horse broke on top and didn't look back. At 20 cents of the dollar, this horse went by 8 1/4 lengths and took off clear. A very, very good run, earning a 93 buyer. First time facing winners, first time facing going around 2 turns shouldn't be a problem. I think the horse's speed could really carry this horse, and I think this horse is really going to be peaking today. 2 back in the debut on the 8th of January, Gulfstream, 1 mile in the main special weight, 53,000. The horse finished second by a neck that day, was stalking all the way around the race course, had the lead, but just couldn't get there late. Volcanic won that day, just had a little bit of eruption late to get to the victory first. But this horse, ran decently in the debut, but could run a little bit better, really improved with that next race. Has been training well his last few workouts. His last 3, a 5/8 mile workout in a minute flat, third best out of 8, and a half-mile workout 5/8 mile workout in a minute flat again, and then most recently a half-mile 48 and 1 on Monday, the best workout 31. Getting better with every single workout. First round around 2 turns. I think at 7-2, he's a very loaded horse. You also have to give kudos to the 2-horse Classic Causeway. They were going to go straight to the bluegrass after the Tampa Bay Derby last a few weeks ago, but he was training so well, they said, why don't we just keep him in Florida to run in the Florida Derby? And, his most recent workout, 47-2 at Palm Meadows, I think he's ready to go. Most recently in the Tampa Derby at Tampa, going mile 16 3 weeks ago, the horse went by 2.5 lengths and never really got to the bottom of the horse. He went for fun. A very good race there. Before then, Sam F. Davis, his horse went by 3 3/4 lengths. Again, from a dueling position, this horse just kept going. And then before then, the Kentucky Jockey Club, the horse finished second by 3 3/4 lengths and couldn't catch the winner, who just got away from this horse late. This horse just was acting a little bit weird that day, but he's always run these good races. He's had a great winter so far. He's peaking nicely. At 7-2, he's another horse you have to give a shot on the ticket. But to recount my selection for the nightcap, the 14th race from Gulfstream, it's the grade $1 million Florida Derby. We're going to give as a top selection a 6-horse Charge It. We'll give kudos to the 2-horse Classic Causeway, 6273 Super. Let's go 6-2 in the multi-race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingCat5. Good luck, everybody.